Hello, happy Saturday to you all lovely people. We've got a severe threat here this evening that's been ongoing for a little bit of time. I just got home with Ro. We were doing some Christmas shopping and just kind of out having a little bit of a Saturday today. So we are here, as always. We're going to cover a little bit of severe weather here across South Carolina and Georgia this evening. And then we're going to talk winter weather. We've got the potential for some areas in northern Illinois, specifically Chicago, that could see, 13 plus inches of snow tonight. So we're going to talk about all that here as well in the stream, kind of break that down, talk about all the lovely winter weather and all that yummy, lovely stuff that's to come here. So I do want to go ahead and get to our severe thunderstorm warnings here first. We're going to start out with the southern one down here in Georgia. This is going to be just to the southwest of Greensboro, Georgia. We've got a pretty decent little supercell here with $half-dollar size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds on it. You guys can see here a little bit of rotation on the storm as well here. Not super impressive, but a little bit of rotation here. So we'll see how this storm continues to progress here, heading southeast, heading towards Sparta. So we'll keep you guys updated there. And then we've got two Torpos severe thunderstorm warnings that legitimately could get tornado warnings at any time. We've not had any tornado warnings thus far yet today, but both of these potentially on tap here for tornado potential. This one here just southeast of Lawrence, South Carolina here, heading towards Newberry and Columbia. Has some rotation on it here as well. Canards, you guys need to definitely be watching here and being in your safe place mode here as this storm continues to produce one pretty large hail here in terms of golf ball size, and on top of that 60-mile-per-hour winds, and we are looking at that tornado threat potential with this storm as well, that rotation just south of Clinton. And then we've also got this storm down here. Did have a Torpos label on it a few moments ago, back down to golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we're watching all three of these storms. The good news is, as we progress here over the next couple of hours, the severe threat will wind down, but we have an overnight severe weather threat tonight here across my neck of the woods here in northern Kentucky, Louisville, Frankfort, up here towards Hamilton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, southern Indiana, a little overnight severe weather risk before we get into the snow. And we do have winter storm watches out here for Chicago, believe it or not. You guys could see over a foot of snow tonight in Chicago through tomorrow morning. And then on top of that, northern Indiana here, getting up here into Michigan, we've got some alerts out as well. And then up here, winter storm watches for Cleveland, Ohio, Akron, and then winter storm watches for the Appalachian Mountains of Gatlinburg down here towards Pigeon Forge, all those areas down here. So we're going to kind of talk about all that here later on in the stream. But like I said, lots of weather happening. Lots and lots of weather happening here over the next couple of days. Next couple of hours here as we continue to track these storms here. So if you guys are joining in on the stream, welcome in. I know it's a Saturday. We'll probably have people popping in and out today. What I might also do as well, once the severe threat for this evening dies down, we might stay on here and run some Outbreak tonight too. I might do some Storm Chasing Simulator tonight, potentially on stream as well. So we'll kind of be tracking that, playing that, and then kind of hanging out and talking about some winter weather this evening. Because believe it or not, somebody's going to see a foot of snow this weekend, and the odds of it being up in Chicago are pretty decent. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But nevertheless, we'll be watching that. So we're going to keep this pulled up. We're going to watch this storm. Has a pretty decent little hook echo on it. Nothing for Texas yet, Kenan. No. As of right now, no. Nothing for Texas. So that is some good news. We're just going to see what happens here. So like I said, some very interesting weather on the way here for much of the United States, at least the eastern and central half of the United States. So let's see here. Let me check on a couple little updates. Gonna look at a couple things here behind the scenes while we've got that tracking this storm here. Once again, this severe thunderstorm warning that is Torpos, meaning it has the potential to produce an isolated tornado. Not quite yet, but it is heading towards Columbia, South Carolina. So we are watching out for you guys here in this little marginal risk. So SPC will have one more update in about 2.5 hours, I believe. So I'll be interested to see how tonight's setup plays out. Let's see here. All right. Let me look at our mesoscale. See what it's cranking out here. Let's see. Yeah, Clarksville, Tennessee, pretty quiet. Nothing ongoing. You guys might actually see some snow showers tomorrow, potentially. Oh, there's another severe thunderstorm warning. Where is that at? Is that an extension? Oh, nope, that's the same one. We're gonna wait for that new one to pop up. We're gonna wait and see where it pops up, but no, bro, it's not hatched. No. There we go. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning tour pass here. This is going to be for McCormick and Troy, South Carolina, Calhoun Falls, down here towards Plum Branch, and Parksville. God, I haven't called these towns out in forever. We haven't had weather down here in a while. And you can see where the rotation is at. It's pretty evident where that spin is happening at here. Just to the northwest of McCormick, South Carolina, south of Abbeville, south of Greenwood here. So, we'll be continuing to watch. Like I said, either one of these storms could, go tornado warned really in a given moment. We're just kind of waiting to see what the National Weather Service is going to do here. It's so funny. We're literally going to reach our high temperature at 2 o'clock in the morning for tomorrow here in our backyard tonight. It's so weird. And then temperatures are just going to drop all day tomorrow with snow showers. We're going to go from 67 degrees and severe thunderstorm warnings today to to snowfall tomorrow. It's just so freaking weird. Just weird stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah, guys, Chicago. If you were in Chicago, Illinois, a foot of snowfall is on the table for you guys tonight. And I don't mean that sarcastically, legitimately, a foot of snowfall for Chicago tonight. Like, that's insane. Like, I don't remember the last time Chicago had a foot of snowfall this early in the season. Like, we could get anywhere from 1 inch of snow to 18 inches of snow. That's the forecast. Legitimately. Just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the winter weather. We're gonna get in all that here once the severe weather threat starts to die down. No, can we appeal that? No, literally 18 inches of snow is legitimately possible in Chicago tonight. I'm not joking when I say that. Up to 18. You guys have winter storm watches. Those will get transitioned into warnings in about 6 hours for the potential of up to 6 to 18 inches of snow and 35-mile-per-hour winds on top of that. So, welcome to winter. Welcome to winter. Welcome. It's going to be quite a show this evening. Ohio and Indiana, you're also not out of that. Cleveland, Ohio, under winter storm watches. Like, it's like, what in the world are we doing? Why? Akron, Ohio, northwestern Pennsylvania. Visibility. So, here's something interesting. Well, like I said, we'll start to talk about this here in just a little bit as rain transitions over to snow later on this evening. I wouldn't be shocked to see some potential blizzard conditions for some people. We may get that classification, so we'll see what happens. I'm not seeing this projection. Yeah, all right, we'll give you a little sneak peek here. We'll give y'all a little sneak peek since people just don't believe me. It's fine. It's normal. It's snow in November. I get it. People just don't want to believe me. But let's talk. Let's talk here for just a second. So we've got this low pressure system coming out of Canada. Let me get this pulled up so you guys can see it. We got this low pressure system coming out of Canada, right? And what it's going to do is it's already snowing in Iowa. This will transition from rain to snow tonight. So right around 10, 11 o'clock, it's going to start to snow in Chicago. And you'll have a first round of snow overnight through the morning hours. And then heavy banding snow potentially setting up past tomorrow morning pretty much all day. So it looks like it's going to snow all day in Chicago. And then we're going to get a really big heavy push of snow overnight tomorrow night into Monday morning. And you can see snow across all of Indiana, Kentucky, down towards Tennessee, up here towards Indiana. Temps are going to dip that low. Actually, believe it or not, I don't know, Bingley, where you're getting your information from there, girl, but you might want to check your local meteorologist if you don't believe that, because temperatures are actually supposed to drop from the 60s tonight into the 20s. That's called a traditional cold front in November. So right now, it's 46 degrees in Chicago. Once the front comes through tonight, it's 31, it's 32. It's cold enough to snow, and it's cold enough to stick. So whether you believe it or not, because it's November, welcome to winter weather season, where it can literally do what it wants to in a minute. So we will be all day long tomorrow below 32 degrees. Temperatures will be dropping throughout the day tomorrow into the 20s, 24 degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning, as snow is already accumulating and falling here. We are in the 20s across the whole entire Ohio River Valley starting tomorrow morning. So I want you guys to understand, you're in Kentucky, you're in Illinois, you're in Indiana. It's 40s, it's 50s, it's 60s right now. It's great. That's because you're sitting underneath the warm front. Once the cold front comes through after midnight tonight and it sweeps to the Ohio Valley, we are literally going to reach our high temperatures for Sunday early tomorrow morning between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Most people are going to reach their high temperatures for Sunday in the morning, and then temperatures are going to drop throughout the day as the cold front comes down and all this cold air comes out of Canada. If you don't believe me and you live in Chicago or you live in Illinois, wake up tomorrow morning or you wake up Monday morning and you got snow on your doorstep, you can come running to me and saying that I was right. But for all of my lovely people that do believe me, thank you for trusting me. There's a lot of people that are in denial of this. But here is the total accumulation, at least on the latest Triple HR model run here, and we've got 13.9 inches of snow in Chicago forecasted here on the HUR. 2.7 inches of snow, Lafayette, Fort Wayne, 3.7, South Bend, 7.1 inches of snowfall tonight through Monday morning, over a foot of snow along the Illinois and Indiana line. There's proof here. We're going to get snowfall. It's 100% on the table. These numbers do not lie, and it's not made up. So once again, if you were in denial, wait till you get tomorrow morning. Wait till you wake up tomorrow morning, and it is flurrying and accumulating in snowfall, and it's cold. So it's typical. Most people are going to be in denial because November early snowfall is not it doesn't happen a lot. But if you're in Chicago, this might be your biggest snowstorm potentially all year long. So enjoy it. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. It's going to be a fun one for lots of people. We could see an inch of snow down in Louisville, Kentucky. It's possible through Sunday into Monday morning. It's very, very possible. But, yeah. 13.8 inches of snow in Chicago in the next 36 hours. 9 inches of snow. Like, I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, that's crazy. Literally insane. Like, we just got into November, right? We just got into November. Jackie. I hope you're ready. You're under winter storm watches. Expect up to potentially a foot of snowfall is what the National Weather Service is calling for. Like I said, yeah, no, I know there is. I know every single person thinks I'm crazy that I'm talking about over a foot of snowfall in Chicago in the early portion of November, but welcome to La Nina. Welcome to welcome to a winter weather pattern that is going to be interesting, unlike the last couple of years that we've had. This is a very, very favorable area for snowfall. Ohio, you're going to get snow accumulation as well this weekend, starting tonight into tomorrow into Monday. But our higher areas are going to be where that heavy banding sets up, and it looks to be Chicago right now is in that bullseye for over a foot of snowfall potentially in the next 24 to 36 hours. Once again, if you're in denial, it's okay. I get it. A lot of people are in denial. I got some people on my weather team that are in denial that it's not going to snow this early in the season, but in the reality of things, it's going to happen whether we like it or not. So you guys don't believe me, you'll have to wake up on tomorrow morning or see tomorrow night how it plays out for your areas, but I'm just here to give you all the weather. That's about it. So all right, let me get back here to our severe weather here. We'll start to cover more snowfall here in just a little bit. We've still got these Torpos severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see here. This storm may start to fizzle out eventually at some point. Still got a little bit of rotation on it. Not anything too impressive. Chicago's not just getting snow, guys. They're getting a foot of snow. Legitimately. Getting a foot of snowfall. In November. Literally. Like, if I have to make a banner at the top of the live stream that says Chicago's about to get 13 plus inches of snow potentially, like, I will. It's crazy. Yeah, this is not going to be a system for the Northeast. Milwaukee, I think we were looking at... Let me take a look here. I think Milwaukee's a little bit lower. Yeah, Milwaukee, you're on the 1 to 3 inch line there. So, very possible. Very, very possible. I just think this is still hilarious, though. 13 inches of snow. Look at this, guys. Look at this. 13 inches of snow for eastern Illinois, northwestern Indiana. 7.1 inches of snow, South Bend. Indianapolis, Indiana. 1.5 inches of snowfall tonight through tomorrow. Like, it's early November. What are we doing? What is going on? This is normal. I just think it's normal, personally. But crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So, if I got any weather people out there or people that are in denial, like I said, check back in with me in about 36 hours and we can reconvene and I'll forgive you. Most people don't believe it, so it's normal. I might forgive my non-believers. I might forgive you guys. Just might. Slowly. We might. So, like I said, you believe me, thank you. You don't believe me, you don't have to. But anyways, let's see what we got going on here. This storm still got a little bit of rotation. It looks like we're struggling again with the same thing as yesterday, where storms are basically just not really becoming surface-based. So, that's a good thing. Let me see if I can find some Cammy Rose in South Carolina. And we might can take a look at these bad boy storms and see what they're looking like. Let's see here. Yeah, we're less than 18 hours out from this event happening. It's more than likely not going to change. It just really depends on where the snowfall band's set up as well. So I'm honestly really shocked that we did not get a severe thunderstorm watch today. Genuinely speaking. Let me look at the NAM 3K is doing. Hold on. The NAM 3K also says a foot of snowfall for Chicago. Oh, it's got... This is even more interesting. Arlington Heights, you're like on the 1 inch to 25 inch snowfall threshold line as well. That's also crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Chicago sits on like the... I want to show you guys this so badly in a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't know if it's going to work on here. Hold on. I haven't had to use snowfall in forever, so y'all are going to have to bear with me here for just a moment. Oh, it's the wrong run. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Tell me it ain't so. This is insane. Insane. Chicago, what are y'all doing? Look at this. What are we doing? This is the University of Chicago, right in here, right in here. And we have a foot of snowfall by Monday morning. This is by 6 a.m. Monday morning. And what day is it, guys? It is November 8th. A foot of snowfall for Chicago. A foot of snow. I'm pretty sure y'all lacked snowfall last year. And then we have pockets of a foot and a half of snow down here towards Gary, Hammond. It gets more interesting. South Bend, a foot of snowfall. I really am interested to see as well how Western Ohio... I've been really watching this area right in here to kind of see how heavy banding sets up. We'll have to see how this looks tomorrow morning when we wake up. But definitely going to be looking at some wild banding. If our band's set out of the Northwest, it would mean less snow for Chicago and more for the eastern side of the Michigan here. But if the banding sets up Northwest and then flows off of Lake Michigan here and Lake Michigan here, we'll have... in Lake Erie, we'll have more snowfall potential. So lots of things. But this is like the accumulation between now and like the next like 36 to 48 hours. Right in here. Just northwesterly flow. Classic flow. This is a pattern you would see in like December or January, but it's happening in November. So we get to suck it up and deal with it. But anyways, I think the NAM was showing a little bit more. Let me double check the NAM. We're just kind of looking at all the little models here. Look at the NAM. What? That's too much. That's crazy. 16 inches of snow on the NAM, 12K for like central Indiana. That's insane. And then Chicago sits on like the foot to foot and a half line. Dude, I know. See, at least some of my Chicago people believe me. There's people coming in chat that don't believe it's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, it seems nice right now because you are sitting on the warm front. Until the warm front goes east and the cold front crashes in and those Arctic temperatures come right behind, we're going to get a flash, basically freeze in temperatures, and then that snow is going to start falling after midnight tonight, and it is going to add up quickly, very, very quickly throughout the day, especially through Monday and Tuesday. So we are going to see some disbelieving people become believable people in the not too distant future here. So yeah, there's going to be some in northwestern PA, but it looks to be right now the higher totals are going to be in Chicago. At least as of right now, that's what we're noticing. So, but yes, there will be some down there. All right, let me take a look down here at some of these storms because this one is impressive. Why don't we have a tornado warning on this one? I meant to say we're going to look at... This is down here. We need to see if we can get a camera on this. I don't want speed. I don't want accidents. I don't want any of that. I want cameras. All right, where is this warning at? This is in Eatonton, Georgia. Hold on just a second. Okay, I think I have a camera right here, actually. We might be able to see. Maybe. Oh, is that one not going to work? Well, that one might. They all show the stupid ground. That's dumb. Well, it's definitely storming here. That's for sure. This is just north of that severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, it's been weird, babe. It's been weird. These people look like they're having a fun day. Yeah, Sparta, Georgia. This storm is coming right towards you, Jen. This is the one that we're watching right now. This is over here in Eaton. I think it's Eaton. Yeah, I think it's Eaton. I'm actually a little bit shocked that this doesn't have a tornado warning on it, low-key. Yeah, this is Eaton's camera officially here. See, the tornado warning, or not the tornado warning, this should be tornado warned, but it's not. This is very impressive. Very impressive storm. It's going right towards Sparta. So if you're in Sparta, if I were you and I was in Sparta, I would go ahead while I have a moment to go ahead and get ready to get to my safe place because this should be tornado warned. This should be a tornado warning going right into Sparta. So if you live in Sparta, Georgia, I would be seeking shelter per Mesomat because the National Weather Service office is probably not going to warn this. Hopefully they do, but they're probably not going to warn this. Yeah, they're gonna tornado warn this. It needs to be tornado warned. So, Jen, if I were you and you trust me, this would be a day to listen to Mesomat and get to your safe place. Also, Jackie, thank you. That was really freaking cool. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. The Sages, was it the Sages coin bot? Thank you. I appreciate the gift. Thank you. Thank you. Make sure y'all give Jackie a follow, a big stream supporter, and I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, Jen, if you got kids or anybody with you, this should be Tor warned, and it's not. You have a very decent inflow and an outflow here, and if there is a tornado in progress, this is going to be where it's going. It's going to Sparta. This is a little bit crazy. This is not tornado warned. I don't know why it's not. This is the camera that is in Eaton right now. I wish we had a camera in Sparta, but we don't, sadly. Yeah, we don't have one in Sparta. I think we have one to the north. Let me see if these cameras look in towards the storm. Nope. Nope, that's looking at a pole. Nope. And nope. Yeah, see, we're looking on the outside here. I tried, guys. I tried to find one. And now I lost where I was at. I literally lost where I was at. Where am I at? There am I at. There we go. Yeah, this is the camera we were looking at here. Maybe. There we go. Definitely windy there, that's for sure. Let's go back to that other one. Yeah, look at this lightning. Oh my goodness. Once again, this storm should be tornado warned. Yeah, this is right underneath that circulation. Yeah, it did get dark quick. Well, on top of it, too, it is getting dark, but this definitely made it look like nighttime for sure. Lots of lightning in this. These poor people. So let's go back to this frame for just a moment here. We'll come back to the camera. Yeah, once again, not even a Torpos. The other ones are Torpos. But this one's not. All right, so that hook's now kind of undercut in there. All right, let me see if I can find... Yeah, once again, this is for Eaton and Crooked Creek and then headed towards Sparta. Yeah, I wish I could make the words bigger on the screen, guys. There's nothing I can do about it. At least as of right now. They need to fix that. No, I agree with you as well, Sir Charles. I do as well. I do as well on that. All right, let me look at that storm up here in Newberry again. Yeah, this one looks like it's getting splatched. Yeah, the one to the south here looks most impressive. Let's see here. See what they do. My nose is dripping. Any snow in the forecast? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, if you're in Sparta, I would be just in my safe place, just out of caution here. See if we have anything. Yeah, babe, it's been really, really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna party like I'm a Jamaican fixing to ride out of Cat 5. That's crazy. Yeah, most of these are concentrating with hail on them. We're kind of waiting to see how this is gonna look from a tornado aspect. Yeah, I definitely thought a slight risk was needed today. Just me personally. Hello, Kayla. This store really thinks it's in 5K Cape on May 25th. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Y'all are crazy. Oh, there's that. Why don't we just put golf ball size hail going towards Columbia? Like, why don't we even have a watch out still? Like, this is what's really dumb. Like, genuinely. Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can find some Cami Rose. South Carolina. I thought I had some. There we go. Hazel is doing the thing. All right, let's take a look here. It's right over top of Newberry. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Lots of lightning on this one. I'm trying to see if we can get the structure of the storm. That's what I'm trying to see. All right, this is currently, yeah, this is on Newberry heading. Yeah, this is going to go towards Columbia. I'm working to get you guys some pictures and some angles here. Hold on. Yeah, I-26 East looks crazy right now. We may have a tornado warning at some point here soon. Very possible. I'm pretty sure we have a shelf cloud too coming out of this storm as well. Let me show you guys here what we're looking at. Look at that lightning. This is on I-26 East, just outside of Newberry, heading towards Columbia, South Carolina. Thank God for cameras. Woo! I'd be out there filming, guys, not gonna lie. Yeah, let me go back and look here real quick. Oh. I wonder. I don't think that's a CC, but it may be. It also may be hail. This is a hard one. Once again, why are we like it just doesn't make sense to me why we're not tornado warning these storms. That's what I'm really trying to figure out is why are we not warning them, especially knowing that this storm is literally riding Interstate 26 into Columbia. Like why are we not tornado warning these storms? Like this is how yesterday went almost. Right, right, yeah. I'm waiting to see if we can get like a wall cloud or a lowering or something with it. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Yeah, it's very flat. Yeah, I was gonna say it is very, very flat. I've driven the Interstate 26 through Columbia so many times in my life. That's because I used to live in North Carolina, so. Yeah, this will be getting to Columbia pretty soon. There are so many people that are out too in Columbia. The storm's moving at about 35 to 50 miles per hour, I believe. It shows 0% chances of precipitation. Well, there's definitely a chance of severe weather today, that's for sure. I don't usually go off of hourly weather forecast apps. Dang, this lightning is insane. Very, very intense electric storms, guys. If you're definitely out and about, don't be outside standing. Yeah, I was gonna say, Enigma does look like it's going a little bit more outflow dominant. Still a very impressive storm, nevertheless, though, especially in a marginal. Yeah, guys, this is Columbia, South Carolina, not Georgia. So just a heads up if you're on the team, if there's anybody confused, it's South Carolina, not Georgia. What are the chances of Central Ohio getting 1 inch of snow? I think pretty high. We're going to talk about all that snow, guys. Chicago's about to see their first 1 foot snowfall potential in a while, so... Take a look back here at this again. Jeez. Dude, it is just cruising down 26. I mean, it is just cruising. Golf ball size hail on top of that. Take a look at that southern storm down here in Sparta again. The storm still looks pretty decent as well. Yeah, rotation's definitely falling apart. So this looks to be mostly a hail and a wind threat right now. So if you're in Sparta, get ready. It's coming. Yeah, remember too, guys, just because there's a hook doesn't mean there's a tornado. Just remember that as well. But this is definitely a rotating supercell, that's for sure. And this is crossing over. I'm trying to get it right when it crosses over. Yeah, it's going east-southeast a little bit. Whew! Let's see what that next velocity scan does. All right, this is coming right over. This is just outside Little Mountain. Yeah, you start to see those white pixels pop up. Once again, I still think there should be a precautionary tornado warning. So if you're in like Prosperity, Little Mountain, Chapin, Jenkinsville, if you're anywhere along here, guys, I would be in my safe place because this could produce a brief tornado. It's absolutely possible. Right now, we're kind of waiting to see if that's going to happen, but it is very potentially there. I would have personally thrown a tornado warning already on this, just out of precaution, but once again, I'm not them. So, thank you guys for all the follows. I appreciate it. So once again, heading southeast along 26 here, Prosperity, Little Mountain, Chapin, all of you guys in here. Please, please be mindful. I wish these cameras were like angled towards the storm because they're not, and it's annoying. Thank you, Heather, for all the hand hearts. I appreciate you. Thank you, and good to see you. Also, Brad with the heart me and the freaking galaxy, dude. I appreciate you. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love. Thank you all very, very much. It's very much appreciated. Rebecca with the finger hearts. Megan with the go popular and the heart me. Thank you, guys. Listen, we are going to be covering snow tonight, guys, after this is over with. Also, I and me and Ro are in a marginal risk in northwestern Kentucky tonight. So we may get storms after midnight tonight. So there may be an outside live stream tonight one more time before snowfall comes down. Also, you will probably see Mesomat dancing in snow tomorrow. It is very possible. We are in the 60s right now, and we are getting snow tomorrow. So crazy, crazy stuff. Also, if you're in Chicago, my Chicago people, the odds of you getting a foot of snowfall over the next 36 hours, very, very, very likely. Very likely. All right. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, still spinning, still doing its thing. There definitely looks to be some type of like lowering cloud on the camera here, but you can't really tell. It's so wonky with these cameras. I'm just kind of waiting to see. I'm hoping this storm will cross over 26 and head like east so I can actually see what this looks like. Because I want to see. I am curious. All right, there is a new severe thunderstorm warning for down here. That's for Sparta. Okay, Sparta, you are officially in a severe thunderstorm warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds and 1-inch hail. Be mindful. Be ready. The storm looks like it's falling apart in terms of spin. So if you're Jen, if you're still in here, I think you're going to be okay on the tornado side of things, which is good to see. Other than that, we're still watching bean number 1 and bean number 2 down here. That bean looks like it's about done for. Thank you. Please cross east. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, the severe threat, guys, is going to really start to go downhill in terms of, like, it's going to start to go away in this area as we go closer and closer to the evening. B number 2 doesn't really exist much. It's about... The one in the middle is about done for. Yeah, we'll probably start to see these storms weaken at some point as instability does lower at some point. But we still got a little bit longer here. Still a very impressive storm, though. Here's that camera you guys can see again. Yeah, it's up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. I just love watching the lightning. We could see some more severe weather tomorrow on the far east coast, so we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Oh, it's beautiful. Like I said, I love watching the lightning. All right, we'll go back to radar here for just a moment. Take a look at it. We might be losing this storm. See this next scan. It's still here, but we may be starting to watch this thing weaken. Now, these storms aren't going to last super, super long. All right. Yeah, once these 3 storms pretty much fizzle out, we're pretty much done for the evening. Like I said, there's not a lot of severe weather elsewise expected tonight. Do, 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 do. Hazel is enjoying her new toy, and I love it. We got her a Elsa Frozen thing for early, like an early Christmas present early. We went shopping day, and she just wanted it, so we gave it to her. So she's enjoying that. Hello, Emily. There's no tornado, guys. All right. Yeah, we're going to continue to watch this storm. The one down here is no longer severe. And then the one down here in Sparta. Still trying down here, down south. It's about outside the risk zone. But it doesn't look to be rotating. Other than that, 2 storms left to go, guys. Yep, we're definitely losing it. So, this will be some good news. Yeah, the storm's basically starting to fizzle out a little bit. It's losing its intensity. Yeah, we're watching both of them. Yeah, not a problem, Bryce. Absolutely. Oh, I didn't even read the day 4 through 8 severe weather outlook. So after we get past tomorrow's little severe weather event on the East Coast, we're pretty much done with severe weather until like the 16th and the 17th of November. So we're gonna have about a 5 to 7 day window where there's not going to really be anything going on. We're going to have ridging across much of the United States, which is good to see. Gives us a break, but they're already looking at past day 8 Saturday, next Saturday. Basically, they're looking past next Saturday, and they're saying severe thunderstorm potential will be negligible. I can't even say the word negligible through much of the period. I can't even talk today, guys. Anyways, through much of the period in the wake of the continental air mass overspreading the Gulf on day 3 Monday, modified return flow should slowly build across the western Gulf mid to late week, but with a maritime tropical air mass approaching the northwest Gulf next weekend, guidance still lacks run-to-run continuity and timing spread is large, but consensus indications are for an upper level trough to progress into the southwest around next weekend. This could yield a return to severe weather potential in south central states after day 8 Saturday. So they're literally looking at past day 8 already. So, yes, Jamie, this is my job. I cover weather for all 50 states. I use Radar Mega. That's the app that I use for radar tracking. Did somebody just ask Rochelle how she knows the answer to a question? I don't know, because she's my significant other and she sits and does weather with me 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Why would you question her? That's stupid. But anyways. Like, that's like asking my mom if she knows how to take care of me growing up. Like, that's... Anyways. Thank you. I just don't get that. She giggles it, I know, right? Remember, guys, Rochelle doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know anything. Totally. She only runs my weather team, basically, in a nutshell. I don't even think ChatGPT could figure out how to do severe weather like breakdowns. I just don't see that. Yeah, I know, right? Like, literally, she doesn't know anything. Nothing. She's only put up with me for the last 3 years. Literally, though. Am I from Asheville? I am. That is my hometown. Yes, yes. Hello, guys, if you're coming in. I know, right? Jenny Purr literally tells Rochelle the answers. Nice. Good to see my hometown people in here. Yeah, I lived there for 22 years. I moved up here to Kentucky 2 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. Oh, if you guys are watching on YouTube, we're live on TikTok as well. That's where we're at, yeah. Yeah, that's where Enigma, that's where most of my following is at. So we're just kind of get the ball rolling on YT. That's good, Bryce. Listen, my goal every time we have to get on here and do weather coverage is to help somebody and help one person per day. That's my goal, and to save somebody's life. So hopefully that was accomplished today, even though if something did not happen. Sammy, I don't think anybody muted you. Oh, there we go. Now you're muted. Sammy, you questioned Rochelle when she gave you an answer. How do you know? I don't know. She looked up the weather. She runs my weather team. She lives in the same house as me. Like, just take the answer and run with it. Like, what? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. People just amaze me. For anybody that doesn't know, our cat tells Rochelle the weather every day. That's how she forecasts and answers questions in chat. Specifically Jenny Purr, the one that destroyed our Christmas tree today. Yeah, guys, if y'all don't know, Jenny Purr, my lovely cat, one of our lovely cats, she destroyed our Christmas tree today. She bit through one of the wires on the bottom lights of the Christmas tree, and now the bottom of the Christmas tree is not lit up. She chewed through and bit the wires in half. How she didn't get electrocuted, I don't have any idea. We're not getting a new Christmas tree. We're going to just keep it. Half the tree still works, but we're definitely not doing that again. Yeah, how she didn't get electrocuted and potentially go to cat heaven is amazing. Because in a general fashion, that should have been what happened. How is he still commenting? Sammy, if you're in Mississippi, dude, you're literally absolutely getting no weather today. Like, it's just sunny. But anyways, goodbye. Just somebody just block him. Just get him out of here. I don't know how he's still commenting. He probably is. Loki probably is a weirdo. I don't know. I'm gonna be nice. I have to be very careful what I say on here because it's professional. We're allowed to have fun, but I try to keep my account professional. He may have only been muted for a few minutes. Was Marion a dog-leg supercell before it was tornado? Yes, it was. It was a very, very good-looking storm as well. That was a storm that ended up coming into our backyard. It was a very impressive-looking storm when the Marion one happened. Yeah, Christmas. Literally though. That's actually kind of funny though, but it would have been sad because that's my cat. The Marion EF4 tornado. That's the closest one because that one literally put a PDS tornado warning in our backyard in April this year. Or no, sorry, it was May this year. Oh, I had the Christmas tree up the day after Halloween. I'm one of those. Sorry if anybody likes it. I'm one of those though. Yeah, I was in it. We were in a PDS tornado warning with the Marion, Illinois. The Marion, Illinois long tract all the way into western Kentucky. We were in it. It weakened. We literally had Reed Timmer and every single other storm chaser that exists on the face of the earth chasing that storm, and the one that was down in southern Kentucky that was eventually going to be the Somerset London tornado. And both of them were split a good 50 to 75 miles apart. One was going northeast into western Kentucky, the other one was south, and we were just kind of biting our tongues, waiting to see if we were going to get a wedge tornado in our backyard or not. Luckily, it did not happen. It weakened when it got here. How that happened, it shouldn't have, but it did. Because we had a hell of a lot of instability and a lot of shear that day. Yeah, Hannah, so you're dealing Lexington this evening here for South Carolina. Where you guys I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I should know where that is. Gosh darn it. There it is. Yeah, you've got this severe thunderstorm warning just to the north of you, and you got a storm to the south of you. You may get some rain, but right now, looks like both of these storms are going to kind of split you. Why is he... Guys, he's coming in on backup accounts. The Sammy person is stalking us. Excuse me. Dude, you must have nothing to do. Sorry, guys, that was bad. I tried to keep that quiet. That was the Longhorn Steakhouse that we ate. Like, go do something else. Go do something else with your life, bud, other than harass a weather chat. Come on. You were disrespectful, you got muted, and you got blocked. Goodbye. Have a great day. Looks like we're not even going to get a severe thunderstorm warning extension on this one. Oh my god, it's Katie. Kate. How is the weather in Ohio? I'm scared. Snowfall is how the weather is in Ohio. Snowfall is what's happening. Literally. Hello, Sarah. Yeah, be glad you're not in Chicago because they're getting a foot of snow tonight. Literally. Enigma, I'm pretty sure it did. I actually should research that more. I've studied that outbreak pretty decently, but that specific cell I don't think I know the answer to. Let me get back to you on that one. Let me do some research when I get off stream today. I'll do some research on that for you. I'm in school. I'm in school right now. I've got 2 years left of med school and I'll be done. Yeah, I'll be a degreed med in about 2 years. 2.5 years roughly. Still got a little ways to go, but. Okay, good to see you, by the way. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna enjoy my little marginal risk tonight that probably will do nothing just because I'm like excited for it, and then I'm gonna wake up to snowfall tomorrow. That's my next 12 to 16 hours in a nutshell. What they just do to the box? Well, this storm is done for. Oh, maybe it's not done for. Hold on, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Our southern severe thunderstorm warning here is also falling apart. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. No longer Torpos, though. Say goodbye to the storm that was supposed to be a big one. Oh, you're fine, Bryce. You're fine, bud. Yeah, I bet all the Ohio people tonight are like, oh my god, I'm gonna get snow. Is this the same person again? It literally is. It's the third account. Why? Babe, the Mr. Brett count is the one again. It's the third account. Because her last name was Brett. Why? Hi, Tiffany. Hello, guys coming in. Hello, everyone. Wait, I want to know the answer. I want to don't nobody do anything yet. Don't nobody do anything yet. I want to see what the deal is. Hello, Anna. Hello, guys. We have somebody in chat tonight, guys, that is being interesting. Somebody I'm going to say this. Somebody questioned Rochelle on a weather question. How does she know the answer to it? I don't know, because like I said, she runs my weather team and she lives with me. That and her knowledge prior to even knowing me was pretty damn good. So, yeah, somebody questioned Rochelle and then they got shitty and, they got blocked and muted and now they're back on their third account. I just want to know what the dealio is. Thank you guys for the follows. We appreciate it. We're pretty much about done with our severe weather threat today, guys. If you're joining into stream here, I know someone needs attention. I know. Listen, if you guys are new to the stream, I love, and me and Rochelle both love to do this. We love to troll sometimes with the trolls, or the interesting people. So we try to make it a little bit entertaining on here sometimes. Potentially, Renee, potentially. I think a dusting is mostly on the east side of Asheville, there where you guys are at. I think you'll see mostly a dusting. It's so crazy. You have so many people coming in from my hometown area tonight. I love that, though. Yeah, it's gonna be a northwesterly snow event. So, well, we get snow in Georgia. Not gonna get that lucky, sadly. It's gonna be cold, but not enough for snow. Alrighty, let's see here. We get the new run in yet? Nope. Yeah, we'll run over some snowfall information and all that here in just a little bit. All right, Hazel. Yeah, we've got winter storm watches from Evanston through Chicago up towards South Bend. We'll probably get advisories for winter weather at some point through here, I would think. In the next day or two, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Was I covering? So here's the deal, guys. A lot of the times when me and Rochelle, because both of our kids are disabled, most of you guys know that, so we have to take extra priorities during severe weather days, all of that stuff. We take that stuff very seriously, just as we tell you guys to take serious. But that specific day, we were in, was that our high risk day, babe? Marion was our high risk, right? No, Marion was our moderate risk. That happened before the high risk. Yeah, because yeah, the high risk event was all of those training supercells that came out of Arkansas. So that wasn't the day. Yeah, it was the moderate risk. Yeah, it was the moderate risk day, not the high risk day. We've had so many moderate risk days in Western Kentucky this year; it's been insane. Literally could check them all off a bucket list. Yeah, so it was the moderate risk. Yeah, I'm trying to retrace here. Hold on a moment. Let me look up something because I can show you guys something here. Hold on. We can do a little weather breakdown here. Yeah, we've been lucky, and me and Rochelle continue to talk about this. We know eventually one day we're not going to be lucky, and that's just the reality of how it is. It was okay, April 1st. Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, the high risk came before the moderate risk. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we had it was a later in risk in the spring season. Let me I know I can pull up loops. I'm not going to show you guys where I live at. If you know, please don't say something. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, but we don't like to give out our location. But I'm somewhere in this area, right? That's all I'm going to say. We're somewhere here in this area. We live in Western Kentucky, so whatever at this point. But anyways, let me go back here because I can go back, which is interestingly enough, and I think I can pull radar frames from that day. April 1st, right? We're gonna do a little tutorial here. If you have Radar Mega, this is a great way to do this. This is pretty cool stuff. All right, so we'll load 18Z. Yeah, please don't say something if you guys know where we're at. If you do say something, you will get muted and blocked, and that's a big no-no. We just do that at the safety of the kids. Yeah, there's a lot of viewers too, though, that live in our vicinity, so. All right, let me go April 1st to midnight. Let me do it this way. We'll do it. Let me load that in and see if it'll load it. We'll see here. I would think it would load the history in. Maybe. It takes a minute to sometimes load it, so. No, the Marion EF4 was on May 16th of this year. That's what I thought. It was later. It was later. It was Marion, not it wasn't April 1st. We need to change those dates. I had to re-look it up there because I thought it was wonky. All right, April, was it April 16th again? Let me double check. Not April, May. Yeah, May 16th. That is correct. Yeah, no, you're fine, bro. I was confused too. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, let me pull this up here. May 16th. Wait, why is it doing this? Hold on. Let's go. And then the time slot. Yeah, this is what's really cool about Radar Omega. I love it. Yeah, Georgia just mostly general thunderstorms. You get that one severe thunderstorm warning in Sparta. We're just looking at something here. I gotta wait for the actual radar to load. But once it loads, we will hopefully have it pulled up here. That once it does. But yeah, the Mariania 4 was brutal. It was very interesting long tracking that thing, that's for sure. That was a Somerset one too. It takes a little bit longer to sometimes load this. Yeah, I agree with you too on that one, bro. With London, Kentucky, yeah. How long is this gonna take? May take a few minutes to load in. Yeah, I think it could have been. I think the EF5 and Rolling 4 could have been. I wonder if I can. I'm trying to find another archive while this loads. I'm looking at archives here. Another archive. Oh, this might be more interesting. I should be able to pull this up. I'm using another website behind the scenes while this loads in, so bear with me guys for just a moment. Ugh, this is annoying. I just want archive data. Do we know Thanksgiving week temperatures? Right now, still a little far out, a little ways out. Okay, so sucks, but I want to zoom out. Where is... I'm loading this data in, guys. Bear with me for just a second. I've almost found it. I low-key might subscribe to this. This is actually pretty cool. Hold on. Nah, I don't know, actually. Hold on. I am trying to just zoom in is all I want to do. Okay, here we go. This is going to look really small, but... What's that at? Ugh! This is a very small map, and I can't do anything about making it bigger, guys. But this was the... Hold on. This was the Mariania 4 tornado. This is what the radar scan looked like. It was at 6:20 p.m. on May 16th, 2025 of this year. Beautiful storm. Beautiful, beautiful storm. There's Marion. There's the tornado. Pretty indicative of where it's going. That's what it looked like on radar at the time. We were not covering this day just because it was a day where we needed to stay off. Here was the velocity scan for it. I mean, you just know. You just know at that point. That was what our velocity scan was for it. Yeah, it was a crazy day in May this year. That's definitely for sure. Very, very crazy day. And you'll see as time goes on here. So technically it was just south of downtown Marion, so I don't want to pay for that stuff. And then you had, let me zoom out here again. This is actually really, really cool, so I'll scoot over here to Kentucky. You'll see where it got itself back together. It was entering Kentucky. Kind of re-intensified there. Back to the reflectivity scan. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Shoot. There we go. Yeah, it ended up re-intensifying. And then we had another supercell that came in behind it, too. And then we had the London one. I know I can zoom out here. There we go. Yeah, this was wild. Like, we had just spaghetti strings of supercells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, the moderate risk in May was just insane. Like, I literally was losing my mind this day. And we did not cover this on stream because of how we were in this. We were literally in this. I mean, if there's ever a perfect day for, like, a tornado outbreak, this was definitely that day. I think I can go back and look at, I might be able to look at 2011, too. We can look at 2011 in a few minutes as well. Excuse me. But yeah. This was definitely a wild day. That's for sure. Very, very for sure here. You'll see the cell that goes through Eddyville and Princeton, Kentucky. that load. This was what I believe eventually became Somerset. Yeah, this is the one that became Somerset. I'm pretty sure. Let me zoom out. Yeah, Somerset was very late at night. Yeah, that was Somerset. Let me... Because we didn't have a very good radar site either to go off of for this. Yeah, Hazel's in the back. Yeah, that was, I believe, Somerset's velocity scan right there. I think. Hold on. Go back and look at this thing. I thought they had a supercell prior. Guess not. I guess that was the one. Can we archive 2011? That is the one that I want to see. Hold on. Can we? Oh, we can. We all remember this date. Pretty sure we all remember this day. That's for sure. This was April 27th, 2011. If there's ever a worst day in history for a tornado outbreak, this was the day. Hundreds of people ended up dying between this outbreak. It was just ridiculous. You had supercells all over the board here. This was Mississippi. Just kind of playing the event out. I think we can get a little bit closer into the day. These storms ended up going up here. Yeah, where's the Tuscaloosa EF4? Yeah, I'll go back here to radar in just a second. We're just kind of looking at history for just a moment. Yeah. This was a crazy one too. I mean, it doesn't get any more impressive than that when you're looking at a supercell. December 9, 2003, Clarksville. Was that Tennessee, Chloe? Yeah, this is free to use. This is free to use. I just thought it was really cool to see. Jeez. Look at that. That is something. Oh, Chloe, I covered that event. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. This is just the weather.us. It's their archive. It's pretty cool. And then you had the, I believe the Tuscaloosa. Yep, you had the Tuscaloosa, Alabama one. This is where most of the attention was on this storm right here. Yeah, Tuscaloosa got just pummeled. This is that famous looking storm right there. You can look at the velocity on it too. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah, Pensacola, Matt, you'll have some storms tomorrow. Nothing too crazy, though. but I think this goes back to 91 if I'm right. Let's go to 2023. Clarksville, Tennessee. Was that December 9th you said? I think, yeah, December 9th. Yeah, it goes back to 1991. Where's Clarksville at? I'm going to zoom out. There it is. All right. Let's go to dates. Yeah, it's just a website. Yeah, I just had to type in archive. They have a whole like archive thing. I did it just from searching up archive radar. That's what I was looking for. Do you know what time it was at? Oh, do I remember what time it was at? Oh, here we go. I don't think that was it. Was it early in the afternoon? Oh, oh, spot on. I think that was it. I don't know. You guys had so many storms that day. Oh, is it 4:30? Okay. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm a dum-dum when it comes to some of this stuff. Let me go back. Approximately 1:35. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I remember it was right before I went to work. I was on live stream covering it. Yeah, that would have been it. Yep. Just the Northwest. That was it right there. Yep, I remember this day very, very well. This was when me and Rochelle were dating. I'm pretty sure Ro remembers this day. Ro, you were not in town for this trip. This was the Nashville, the one that hit that power plant that night in Nashville. I was working at the hotel. Um, yeah, Clarksville ended up seeing a couple. That the Hendersonville, the Gallatin. It went through Gallatin that night too. Yeah, you were. This was the day that Ro was driving. I told Ro to leave early because if she left later in the day, she was going to be stuck into this mess. And this was the day Ro was coming to see me. That is right. I do remember that because I was working that night. It was a Friday night. I believe it was a Friday night. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. So I know Ro remembers this day, and I remember this day very, very, very well. So was a very crazy day in the weather world, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. All right. Well, that was pretty cool. All right. Let me get. Well, we have no more severe weather. Looks like it's about done. So there's a little bit of spin on the storm and the storm over in Crooked Creek. We'll keep an eye on it. It's a very interesting looking storm. right, y'all. Well, we'll talk about some snow here in just a moment. I'll look at a couple things coming in real quick. Yeah, it looks like we got some severe weather next weekend in our backyard. Oh, Ro. Oh. Ro, how bad do you want Thanksgiving snow? Let me ask you that question. How bad do you want it? I will say, the odds of a big time severe weather event next week are possible. And then snow right after. We'll just have to see how instability plays out. That might be an issue as always. All right, here is our sweet old GFS run from this afternoon. Here is our lovely, sweet old northwesterly flow. You can actually see where the low is at right here. And you can see there's a little bit of a divergence here in our little jet stream, allowing for that little severe weather setup today and tonight. Now watch this. We get this thing out of here on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then look what comes into town next weekend. A big time negatively tilted trough. And depending on how the timing of this works out, we may see enough instability for some type of severe weather up in this area next week. And that's what the Storm Prediction Center is talking about beyond next Saturday, the 16th here. Possibly some severe weather out in front here as this trough. Yeah, big time dip. And there's actually a secondary upper level low. But my biggest question mark already just looking at this right now, northwesterly flow over top of a ridge. I think we'll get more instability than what the models are suggesting right now by the time this event gets here. But there's that. I mean, that puts a good little spot right over top of us here in our western Kentucky area, but yet the sounding won't load. And then we get this. You know what this is called? This is called a major winter storm setup for the week of Thanksgiving. This is not a severe weather maker. This is a winter storm maker. The way the jet stream sets up here as we go into the 2nd to 3rd week of November. And this would put a lot of snowfall right in the Ohio River Valley. This would be a snowstorm for the Ohio Valley if this were to verify. Absolutely 100% on the table with that. We'll talk about what that looks like here in a minute. And then after that, you know, the jet stream gets even more wonky. Let's take a look at a couple things here. Let's look at our temperatures. We all know it's about to get cold as fuck here in the Ohio Valley in the southeast. Welcome to Canada. It's coming down here for about a day or two, and then eventually we're going to warm right back up. So here's what's crazy, guys. We're forecasted to get over a foot of snowfall, potentially in Chicago tonight. They're back in the 70s by Wednesday. Literally. Literally. Manders, you got accumulating snowfall today. You're back in the 70s in 3 days. Literally. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. You're not telling me, and this is where I think, once again, the GFS model just underdoes on instability. There is going to be a huge open warm sector for severe weather here next Saturday and next Sunday. If the trough does verify, we'll have enough instability, I think, at some point here. And then there's another little warm push of air after that. And then Roro. Hey, Roro, I hope you're watching. I really hope you're watching, because the 20th to the 24th, we may actually see our first major winter storm in our backyard. Absolutely possible. Hopefully Alyssa is watching this as well. I don't know if Liz Lizard is in here, but hopefully she's watching this. Wind chills? Anybody want some single-digit wind chills this weekend? Enjoy it. Yeah, we should see that cold push air come back down again. Yeah, a lot of people are going to get sick. Yeah, so moisture next week is not going to be an issue whatsoever. I'm not worried. You know, we need to watch our dew points in the 60s. But if this uptrends, if moisture uptrends and instability uptrends, we could actually see a pretty significant severe weather outbreak next weekend if this were to be this would be our first major severe weather setup. When you see moisture trend this far to the north with an open warm sector, you're almost undoubtedly going to get severe weather with it. It's pretty indicative of that. It's just where are the hot spots and all that set up. We'll start to really look more at that as we go into the future. And then another little one, then another little one. But hey, row. Hey, row, row. Hey, row, row. Hey, row, row. There's this weekend's event. And then here comes next week's severe weather. I really like this. Cold air again on one side. Nice little string here of a low pressure system. Looks pretty indicative of a severe weather event this weekend. We'll probably see our trough change just a little bit, but I think the ensembles do a pretty good well showing this as well. And then watch this, row. Row, you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Meow. There we go. How about that? I love that right there. We need this low to be positioned just a little bit further to the southwest, and we get a blockbuster snow event. Love it. Absolutely love it. Listen, I didn't expect when I moved from North Carolina, where we typically are supposed to see more snowfall than Kentucky average every single year, to move up here and see this much snow in 2 years. Like, this is low-key crazy. This is actually really insane, and I love snow. I absolutely love snow. I love it. Absolutely love it. So the good news is, if you don't like snow, this is over 13 days out. We'll watch it. The bad thing is it's over 13 days out. We'll watch it. So that's kind of where I'm at with looking at these far out outlooks. So, but this would be very, very interesting going into 3 days before Thanksgiving. So something we're going to watch here. And does cold air hang around to keep the snow around? We'll see. Definitely could go severe too as well. Very possible in the southeast. Absolutely. And then after that, things get a little bit more interesting as we go into December with our polar vortex. We'll start to talk more about that as we go into the future. Let me look at snowfall. Oh, yeah. So not a lot of snow for Western Kentucky, at least in this scenario, but that's wild. This is what the European ensembles were showing the last couple of days as we go toward the end of the month and heading into December. Looks like a very what is this pattern look like, guys? What pattern are we going into? La Nina, right? Very, very symmetrical and identical pattern to La Nina. Snowstorms up here, severe weather down here. Very, very much a classic La Nina setup, especially as we get toward the end of this month. So we'll see how things play out. We'll see how things shake and bake. I think the European thinks a little bit differently. I believe the Euro wants to put a snowfall all the way from Chicago down towards central and western Ohio. So that's interesting. Go figure on that. That's the 18Z, I believe. What does it do with our trough? What does our trough do on 18Z? Oh, hello. Hello. How about that going into next weekend? Euro and GFS on sync 6 to 10 days out in advance. What? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Both agree on a ridge and a significant big-time trough. What? Crazy how weather works, guys. It's insane. I do think the potential for a decent severe weather outbreak is on the table next weekend if things do come together. We'll see how the troughing sets up. What the European does that the GFS doesn't do is it basically takes this trough and shrinks it down significantly. So we're going to have to see which model wins with our troughing setup. The Euro just like shrinks the whole thing down into one little compact shortwave trough, which would be decent for severe weather, but it would only be in a small area. The GFS just takes it and just expands it. So we'll see which model at the end of the day is right and which one is wrong. I always like to say Euro is king, but I don't think we're going to see this happen, at least as of right now. I don't see this happening. I think we're going to see more of a flowing jet stream over top of our ridge, but once again, we'll see how models trend over the next couple of days. This does allow for very, very warm air to get lifted up into the Ohio Valley in the southeast. So this would set up a severe weather setup. It's just, where does that trough go? Once again, that's just kind of what we're waiting to see and see how things play out over on. So it does look to be a very active and stormy time, though. Manders, you're like 35 degrees above average next weekend on the Euro. And then, as expected, GFS and Euro in sync 360 hours out on a cold blast coming down on the week of Thanksgiving. So that's also something kind of weird. I think both models are starting to see that, though. When me and Connor were talking about that earlier, about our polar vortex collapsing as we head towards the end of the month. Yeah, this puts the low to the west and then gives severe weather in this area this weekend, this next coming up weekend. And then another little severe weather event with wintry weather on the backside up there. Yeah, the Euro wants snowfall in New Mexico and northwestern Texas going into Thanksgiving week. So we've got a lot to figure out here over the next couple of days. A lot to figure out. Yeah, there definitely will be lots of gaming live streams this week. We're going to do some Outbreak. We're going to do some stuff like that as we head towards this week as well. Also, guys, I'm super excited. Y'all know I'm a gamer. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 comes out on Thursday. We will be doing an all-day live stream on the gaming channel, Mesomat Gaming. The link it is in my bio here on TikTok, but we will be doing an all-day gaming stream on Thursday into Friday once that game comes out. So, super excited. That'll be fun. Jesse James, thank you for the heart me. You built a probe X-Cap. That's freaking awesome. Heck freaking yeah. I low-key want to see the identical. Let's look at trends. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see this low just going poof. And the Euro is like suggesting that, which is a little weird. Hold on a minute. Let's look at something here. Yeah, that's very possible. I could see a long-range outlook, but we need to see instability uptrend. That's my issue with instability right now. I have Battlefield 6. I just, one, have nobody to play with, and two, not a lot to do. No, Lane, I've not forgotten about you, dude. I have been so busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, dude. I need to message you and I need to chat with you. So, this week will probably be a good week for that. So, I have not forgotten about you. I promise. I promise. I just am really bad at remembering things. You can also ask Rochelle. I'm very, very bad. Oh, that's pretty cool, Libby. Heck yeah. Manders, you're going to be like right on that jet stream. So we'll have to see how it plays out. Yeah, models do struggle in instability majority of the time. It's very possible. Pinky swear. I will pinky swear you, but I'll get with you this weekend. Or at some point here this week. I don't have much planned this week, so. Let's look at the troughing. Okay, so like a couple days ago it was gone. So we all of a sudden went from nothing to something. Sounds like a classic Euro. It just depends on how progressive this trough is to kind of give us that severe weather setup, so. This will be interesting. Our storms are starting to look like crap tonight, babe. So we'll see what SBC does in about 30 minutes. Euro has the trough, like, collapsing and just becoming a shortwave trough. It basically takes all of our northern jet stream and pulls it up into Canada, while a GFS keeps this thing free and flowing. There's a big difference, a big time difference. So we'll just have to see, like I said, which one verifies. Where is my instability at? Yeah, the Euro likes the instability this weekend. It's got some instability. We're starting to see some pop up, but once again, it's going to be like a last-minute thing with instability. We'll just have to wait and see uptrends, if uptrends happen or if downtrends happen. We got a ways away, but you can start to see that instability kind of flow in out of the Gulf. It's not very impressive. What I typically like to see is more instability towards Texas and down here for these lower end severe weather setups. These are what I typically like to see as we go towards November, end of November. So we got lots of things to figure out over the next couple of weeks, couple of days. Yeah, so surprisingly, 12Z GFS actually had instability next weekend. I'm pretty sure. No, it doesn't. It has instability the following week. Yeah. Yeah, Lex really likes to get these setups closer down toward the Gulf states. So, we'll see what happens. All right, let me run over what's going to happen with snowfall, and then I'm probably going to wrap up stream for just a little bit, guys, and take a break because we've been on here for 2 hours, and I'm a little bit there. Let's talk about what's going to happen with snowfall. Snowfall. All right, we all know it's going to snow, right? Pretty much, yes. Here's our latest 23Z. Looks like snow in Chicago is going to start right after midnight. You can see general snow bands setting up here from southern Wisconsin through northern Illinois, back up into northern Indiana, down towards southern Michigan. So this is where I think our higher accumulation is going to be at, anywhere from 5 inches of snow to 15 inches of snow, maybe 18 inches of snow. Those bands are just going to be set up, and when the bands set up, they typically they produce. And then we're going to have what's called northwesterly flowing snow. Once this low moves off to the northeast, you get very, very cold air wrapping around the back of the low, and then you get leftover moisture that turns in as snow. And then we get really, really heavy bands of snow setting up across the Chicago Heights, down here towards northern Indiana, southwestern Ohio, as we go into the later half of tomorrow. And it'll be snowing most of the day for northern Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, for anybody up in those areas that are going to see those higher accumulation totals. So just know to be safe out there. These are snowfall totals just through 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, or I mean, we're already picking up some very, very high end numbers here. So, somebody's going to more than likely somebody's going to overachieve than what the forecast calls for. I think. I want. It's not going to let me do it, is it? Darn it. I wanted snow. This is so annoying. Well, there's Chicago. Yeah, winter storm watches for Sunday night into Monday. Yeah, new snow accumulations of 3 to 7 inches. I think somebody will see higher than that. New snow accumulations Monday, 1 to 3, so about a foot of snow. Looks to be. What's up, Kendall? Kendall, I think you're about that 1 inch to a dusting, or dusting to an inch of snow. Maybe you could see some higher pockets of 1 to 3 in higher elevations, but we're back into the 60s next week in Chicago. And as they should, Jackie. It's definitely a forecast to hype up. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, here is I mean, these numbers are a little up there, that's for sure. I mean, here's your foot to foot and a half snowfall ratio right up in here. Chicago down towards northern Indiana, and then 1 to 3 inches across the board here. 1 to 3. So, ooh, you know what we can do? Hold on a minute. I know it's snowing in Iowa, correct? Hold on. Hold on. Double check the radar here. Okay. I know it's snowing in Iowa. I was gonna say, it's definitely snowing in Des Moines. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a live camera. Hold on just a second. This is what I've kind of been waiting to do all year is snow cams. Let's see here. I want a good camera. A good camera. Well, it's not snowing there yet. May have to go a little bit further to the east. We may be waiting just a little bit longer, guys. Looks like most of the precip isn't quite all the way fallen yet of snow. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Hold on. I know, Hazel's like, bruh. Looks like the rain's just now changing over to snow along Interstate 80. I mean, it's just now starting to change over. About 3 to 5 weather hub. Yeah, so we just have to wait for those temps to drop. That's the thing. All of these cameras are blurry. This will be fun tomorrow to look at, for sure, though. This will be lots of fun to look at tomorrow. Yeah, Florida's gonna be pretty cold through Wednesday in terms of not like freezing, but you'll be in the 40s and 50s. Okay, this is wow. This is in western Iowa. This is just west of downtown Des Moines. How about this? Wow, look at that. Interstate 80. Can barely even see. Look at that. Rochelle, this is coming our way. If you're still watching. Oh, yeah. No, the whore, make it stop, make it stop. This is some pretty crazy snow. Welcome to November, guys, where weird shit happens. Listen, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. I know these people driving are probably like, what the hell? Emily. Crazy. It's just crazy. North Carolina, higher elevation snowfall. You may get a dusting down towards like the Asheville area, but not anything, not anything too impressive yet. This is Iowa, guys. Hold on one sec, y'all. All right, y'all, we're back here. Oh, the camera stopped. Darn. See, they have another one close to here. Damn, it's not even snowing there. It's just snowing here. Nope. I don't know how this is like the only camera that it's snowing on. Unless the camera just broke. Well, anyway, y'alls, we're going to keep y'all updated here. I'm going to get ready to wrap up stream. I think I'm going to order some hot chocolate. And see. drink some hot chocolate and eat some Oreos. I don't know. So, kiddos are doing good tonight. They're doing good. Do we want a game stream tonight? I don't know. I might do one. I don't know. Play DVD? I might. I might do it. I might. I need to look at Doodash. Dude, I'm so ready for COD to come out. I need another game to play. Okay, do I want marshmallow hot chocolate? Yes. Sorry, guys. I have a big booger in my nose. Sorry. I don't know what I want. Manders. I got Christmas Oreos to eat too, so. I love all caps. I know, right? Well, y'all, I'm gonna wrap up stream. I'm gonna probably order some hot chocolate. I think is what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. How's Southern Michigan looking for snow? Yeah, it's gonna be wild. You're definitely gonna get 5 to 8 inches of snow, Justin. It just depends on where you're at in Southwest Michigan. Okay, we're door dashing these. What's up, Danica? We're about to get off. Danica, we're literally about to get off stream. It's okay though. Okay. Beautiful. We ordered marshmallows and hot chocolate. We're making some. We might hop back on for a gaming stream in a little bit, guys, if I feel up to it. If not, it'll be tomorrow night, probably. So, alrighty, my lovely peeps. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. I may have a video update tomorrow. We'll just see. Tomorrow's Sunday. It's football day, hangout day, the one day I typically take off. So we may have a video tomorrow. We may not. We'll just see what happens. Other than that, be safe out in the snow. Be safe tonight, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Weather Team, as always. We'll see everybody in the next one. Goodbye. Oh, yeah.